Welcome to the Thinking Man's Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Rusty Flippin' Dippin' Diamond, and I'm here with my awesome co-host.
It's me, it's G. And I'm trying to get rid of a bunch of foam on my desk. We're doing it very raw this week, I'll tell you. Very, very raw this week. We're late. Not like late, but late. We usually do these shows on a Tuesday and Wednesday. We're doing it on a Saturday. I don't even know what day it is. It's been such a long week. It's been a long week for you. I know that.
We're so late, someone's getting pregnant.
And in my household, that goes deep right now. Anyway, you're in Utah. You're not in the other place.
Wait, what?
You're in Utah now, running raw off your phone, and your ceiling fan has stopped at this point. So you got some paranormal activity going on in your place?
Yeah, I think so, man. This place is fucking weird, man. This ceilings are fucking huge. This place it's a lot bigger than our other place, and all this in here is what I brought from on a one checked bag in my backpack, which had basically my laptop and a couple other things in it. So yeah, it's kind of empty right now. I bought a pregnancy pillow. I'll get back to that, but last night.
No, those things are good as us guys get a little bit older.
You what?
So especially floors and shit. Those kind of things come in handy for the older men as we get older.
Dude, you know
There's
what?
tools out there for women that men can actually use, believe it or not, as time and science goes by, you guys. So don't be ashamed to use certain tools out there that might be towards the other sex, but they work for us as well.
Yeah, you know what, man? It's freaking great. I love it.
We may be losing him here.
You losing me?
Nope, there he is. Nope, now he's gone.
I'm trying to move around a little bit. But yeah, dude, fucking hanging out here in near Salt Lake City. Went to last night, I guess it was a Twitch taping. They stream on Twitch, and so I went to that last night. And today they're doing a TV show, so I'm gonna go check that out. But I have to go get my car first. So the place is only like 15 minutes away. It's downtown. It's in this really fucking swanky part of town too, which is fucking weird. And they have their ring up there all the time and practice What's up?
So at least you don't got to set it up.
Yeah, man, it's fucking pretty sweet there. I don't know how they're paying for that shit, but they must be doing pretty well. I don't know. The place is next to the old like train station, and so it's this really old building, but it's fucking pretty cool. So I'm gonna head out there in a little while. But more exciting news. So today I got my first person who's a foot fetish person who found me cruising the independent wrestler groups and wants to know some stuff about me and my feet. And so it's the first time this ever happened with me with feet. So that's a new one. I'm going with it now. I told him like there's a couple things he started to ask, and I'm like, that's gonna cost you money, brother. And so I'm like,
already heard about this state has come true. It's fucking weird, I'm guessing, out there.
That what?
Some foot fetish people already in Utah, so it's already a different state for you.
No, I don't know if they're in Utah. They could be anywhere. They could be anywhere in the whole world. I don't know who it is, man, but someone wants to know about my feet, and so
Okay, we're recording it, man. So if you go missing or fucking we find some odd feet in the street somewhere, we know what's up, and we'll connect the dots afterwards. You know.
right. And but the thing about my feet, I feel are as average as fucking can be. Like you could put my feet up against 100 other feet, I wouldn't be able to pick them out in the line. I don't know what the fuck. Like it's like Dave Chappelle says in one of his jokes with like he couldn't tell his own penis out in a line, and you know him and his penis are like this, and um, and I was like, that's how I am with my feet. And it's just like I don't fucking know, man. I wouldn't be able to tell you what feet mine are, but like I wear a size 10.5 shoe, which is normal as like the average
That's me.
size. Yeah, and my feet aren't wide or narrow.
Oh,
And
dude, I got wide feet, so I got to wear DC shoes. Great shoe, by the way. You guys want to check them out? Been around for years. I moved over to some Pumas now.
you can
But
wear
they're like they're old man Pumas, man. Because here's how I know they're an old man shoe. Because my dad comes over the other week to visit the kids. He comes in and he looks down. He's like, "Oh, where'd you get those shoes?" And I'm like, "This fucking old man shoe. This attracting an old man. This old man shoe." But they're really comfortable. They come with really great like insoles and stuff. They got those air pockets in them. Like we all grew up with kids, and then we popped them. You know? But no, they're comfortable. I'm a DC guy. Usually all the time. But yeah, I moved over to some Pumas just because my neck issue right now, my back and my knee's always been an issue, as you know. So yeah, moved on over to that. So, but no, here it's been a norm, crazy household as usual. We're gonna be having a cleaning weekend here in the Grandin household. And watching some UFC tonight. I think me and Eric are gonna take the night off. We haven't done that for a few weekends now. I think we're gonna sit down and watch some UFC tonight.
It's really weird.
What's that?
Taking days off or taking nights off. I is weird as fuck.
It's hard to take days off because then I just feel lazy. Like I'm my own boss pretty much. As you know, Rob is a business partner of mine / one of my best friends, as you are as well. And then I work with my wife, Erica. So it's this great little circle I have. And because of that circle, we're always doing wrestling or creating or entrepreneuring or talking stocks, that kind of stuff. So we're always in this world. And it's a great little world we have. But it's always busy. I mean, you're always busy. I'm always busy. Eric is always busy. Rob's always busy. It is just nonstop craziness. If I ever sit down in the next fucking 5 years and say bored, I'm a fucking liar. I'm a liar.
Yep.
I got too much, like right back behind me. So I moved some stuff around here in the Threadhead shack, I like to call it. But speaking of which, let me kill that color back there. There we go. But yeah, finally got the shop up over here. So gonna be snapping some pics, showing it off this week. Rob's got one as well going to him. So he'll have one showing off. But yeah, it's going to be a cool little thing. Like I said, it's been in the works for a while. Had a couple obstacles, but it'll be coming this week. Plus some other fun stuff. But yeah, no, the UFC's tonight. So before we even get closer remotely to wrestling people, we're going to go off the rail a little bit more. So we got UFC tonight, which is a great card, by the way. I'll be watching it. For those who support the UFC, you know, buy it on pay-per-view. You can buy it on PS4. That's where I would get it. Or wherever you else can find it. Do check it out and support these guys. It's always a great show. Dana puts on a great show every time. Then last night, I didn't watch it. I saw a quick advertisement of it. Now I suspect we're going to start doing this all over the place. Lamar Odom versus Aaron Carter.
Oh, that's what you meant.
That last night,
fucking crack.
Aaron Carter got knocked out in the second round, I guess. And the only thing I noticed, because I was talking to my wife, I was like, is it like Nick Carter, Brian Carter? She's like, oh, it's just two Carter kids from back in the day. I guess one was in a boy band called 98 Degrees. Now this guy looks like one of the fucking mumble rappers with tattoos all over his face, trying to look like a white Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying rapper, great rapper, by the way, but I'm just saying the tattoos on the face. I don't even want to fucking, I don't even know what these guys are doing nowadays. And I'm not against tattoos on the face. I'm sure as I get older, I got tattoos all over my arm and everything like that. They'll make their way other places. I may get one, but it has to work. You don't just get like a name across your face, man. That looks stupid. Like, it's just, there are regretful tattoos out there. I have 0 of those, but I know some friends who have those, and that's horrible.
The first person I remember with a tattoo on their face was the Game.
Yes.
Like
G Unit
tattoo. And that's what I remember. And then, because I think that was before Tyson got his. Tyson and Perry Saturn got their face ones, or it might have been around the same time.
Oh, Perry.
But yeah, but now people.
Wrestlers, by the way. He's a good.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, he doesn't fucking credit.
So it was a shit show. So I won't put too much time on it. It is what it is, I guess. Like I said, I didn't watch it. Carter got knocked out in the second round. It was put on by Ice-T and Coco, his wife, I believe it is. And then it was refereed by Chuck Liddell. So,
man.
Yeah, I'll just say he's my favorite UFC guy of all time. Attitude, fight-wise, in ring style, favorite guy of all time. And he had a cool fucking tattoo down the side of him with his mohawk and shit. Kind of reminded me of a small animal from the LOD.
I feel you on that.
So yeah, it was a total shit show. And then you watched the Mayweather-Paul fight, right?
Yeah, I watched part of it. I didn't get through the whole thing, man.
It was faker than the shit they all like to talk shit about, damn it. That was just a fucking crap show. I believe, and rumors got it too in the media, that Paul got knocked out in one of the rounds, and Mayweather kind of had to hold him up for a little bit.
Yeah.
And kind of tell he's kind of jelly-like. And if you watch Mayweather compared to his other fights, and I get it, he's older now. But the way he was punching, I was like, you're not doing full speed. And I'm watching, and I'm like, and once it was going into like the 4th, 5th round, I'm like, no, it's fixed. It's fixed. And then he was like, at the end, Mayweather's like, yeah, man, Paul's a great fighter. He's like a lot stronger than I thought he was going to be. You got some in there. He's like, but I wouldn't recommend him fighting heavyweight fighters. But he's like, but he's a good fighter. So it was just to put the kid over and try to make him legit, because everyone thinks he's bullshit. And he's bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he could kick my ass in a boxing fight. I'm not sitting there saying it towards him. I'm just saying I don't like the guy, and he's sitting there ripping people off over fucking fake ass shit, and it's not entertaining. Yes, we watch professional wrestling. We all know everyone's opinion on it, but it's entertaining.
Yeah.
And that's all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, these guys, the boxers and like MMA guys, like they know how to fucking make light punches and shit just as well as fucking wrestlers do. Like when they're sparring with their friends, they're not trying to fucking knock each other out. They're trying to, get the form down, but they know how to throw a lighter punch than a heavier punch if they want. Or a lighter kick.
Yeah, they had to stress with the rules that there were no judges. So if the fight went all 8 rounds, there's going to be a no contest. Knockouts were a win, and that there will be no headgear. Why the fuck did they have to say there was going to be no headgear? There better be no fucking headgear. If you're paying for this on pay-per-view, you're not paying for safety headgear, because you're paying to see someone get knocked the fuck out. And people in that crowd was even booing at the end of the match because no one's going to get knocked the fuck out. And I'm not going to make
head damage,
but I want to knock him out. Yeah. We pay for CTE, damn it.
Yeah, right.
We're kind of we dance in that world, by the way, because of our fun years of watching Jackass professional wrestling, maybe hanging out at bars and getting into some confrontations, skateboarding, and then dabbling in professional wrestling for a bit. Yeah, that kind of added up for our brainstorms, but so we don't make fun of anyone with it. We're with you with it. So we all deal with it, and the best thing is to look at the positive sides. And anyone who suffers with that shit out there, reach out to somebody, talk to somebody, go see a doctor. There is treatments out there to help you guys now.
Yeah, shout out to the Concussion Legacy Foundation. I think is what it's called.
Yeah, that was. Is Chris Nowinski a part of that shit?
Yeah.
Shout out to that guy because he's changed and saved a lot of guys. There, a lot.
Let's see if I can grab my card.
Wrestler, by the way, as a gimmick. I mean, I guess he did his job. He got heat for me. I couldn't fucking stand him. Could not stand the guy. But what he's done for people's health with CTE. Good shit, man. Good shit.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find
So yeah, it's we're gonna run a short one for you guys this week, just because our lives are tremendously busy. But we will be back on Tuesday with Rob, and we get his ass back in there, and we can continue our fun little saga. But that saga this week, I definitely want to make fucking fun of and poke at because I found something everyone likes to talk shit about. Or not something, someone. And his name is the Honky Tonk. Oh, shit, what's this? Oh, nice.
This is so like when I'm dead, you can, my brain's going to go there. But the rest of me, fucking, you can throw it in a dumpster if you want. But my brain's, so.
No, dude, we'll do like Eric always brings up Indiana Jones, dude, where they eat the monkey brains. We'll scoop that shit out, dude. And then we can you can just be sitting there in a chair, put some peanuts in it at a show, dude, and people just pull peanuts out of your head at the show while they're watching the show, and you're always in the wrestling stand somewhere, dude. Those play shit somewhere.
You know, I'd be totally cool with that. Because if they're taking you won't need to have my brain anyway. No one will need to eat my brain, so it'll just kind of go right to the right to that thing. It'll go like I'll already have my brain all out, so you can just eat peanuts out of it or popcorn. But there won't be a hole in the bottom of my head where someone can stick their fucking dick through.
Well, we're about to go one side to another. Well, not really, because it's kind of relatable with monkeys too. Make a side note later for when we get off air. We need to talk about China and their monkey-human embryos. Have you heard about that shit?
Yeah, man. They're
chat later.
If that's what they're releasing right now, they're doing a lot more than that. They're way past that. They are way past.
If you'd like to hear about more of those topics, which I'm sure these guys do, you want to check out When the Gloves Come Off, right?
Yeah. Well,
it's good shit right there. But, let's get down the rabbit hole of wrestling this week. And like I said, I was going into a guy everyone's giving shit about, talks about how he's an asshole backstage and all this shit. But in my opinion, he had a better gimmick than Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Lex Luger ever. And his name is the Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah.
And he's actually related to a couple topics this week, which includes also Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake blames him as the reason of taking his pain addiction down the drain. So, or having a problem with pain pills and other drugs because of a guitar shot to the head. But let's first talk about, I don't know. I mean, personally, Honky, he wasn't crafty in the ring too much. I don't believe he had too much to him as far as moves went, technical ability in the ring, anything like that. But he had a good gimmick. It was we knew it was Presley, right? So Honky Tonk Man was an easy guy to look at and identify of what he was. He was a stuck-up rockabilly Elvis-looking impersonator guy. walked around the guitar, and the only way he would win matches is with either Jimmy Hart or his guitar or the megaphone sometimes, you know? So, yeah, I think it's stuff like that he had a better one than Ricky the Dragon, Lex Luger, all those guys. And Lex Luger had the narcissist gimmick. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat breathes fire. I just look at that kind of stuff. And it wasn't too impressive. And then you have Honky Tonk Man coming out to smack someone with a guitar. That's wrestling.
So was there just something on about the Honky Tonk Man? What did I just watch where they had something about him?
It was Jake the Snake. Where Jake blames Honky for the guitar shot to his head, and that's where his drug addictions start. Because he has some headache or some head injury, and he has to start taking pain pills, and he has to start becoming dependent on them. And from there, it just goes off the rail for him. Supposedly, he blames on Honky Tonk Man.
Well, I mean, blame it on the person who found the guitar and didn't fucking gimmick it. I mean, if Honky found the guitar and did that, then that's on him. But still, I mean, Jake, I mean, it probably was that combined with 1,000 other things. But, I mean, whoever got the guitar is the one who fucked up in that one.
Yeah. So I am looking for, never mind. I was trying to figure out where noise was coming from, and it was coming from my ass. It was my phone. So, yeah, there's a couple of different gimmick properly in the business of wrestling, and I've heard about, the tables not being gimmicked right, the chairs not being gimmicked right, but then I look at the chairs they've used in the past where they've used those wooden chairs, those slat-looking chairs. What in the fuck are you doing? But they're cool looking when they smash.
Yeah, but those, okay, I know which ones you're talking about. You're not talking about like the ones they're using like in like early mid '80s WWF. You're talking like they're out in a beach cabana or some shit like that.
Yeah, those chairs.
Okay, yeah, I know. Yeah, those ones, man.
I believe either Arn Anderson used one or someone used one on Arn Anderson, probably 95, 96 WCW Nitro, possible pay-per-view. I know there's something with that. Got a really bad injury from that. So, but yeah, man, we're still on the look for the fans of Steamboat and Luger. But they're nowhere, dude. They're nowhere. And I believe someone out there is just trolling and making these websites. No, I can't say that. You know what? Here's the deal. And I think this will be a good one to bring on the show. And, we know him. I think we can sit down and have a good debate about this. Is Mr. Mr. is a Steamboat fan.
He is
a Steamboat fan.
We should have Mr. come on. That's a great idea. I talked to him a little bit, I text him, but I haven't got to talk to him for probably since I moved to Minnesota. So
for those who don't know who we're talking about, we have a friend, a guy that we have known for a long time. We got so many friends in between each other for years before we even knew each other. And this guy goes by the name Mr. Ooh La La. If it sounds familiar, he's been on the Jerry Springer show as a character. Done that before. And he's also in professional wrestling and been alongside guys like Roddy Piper, helping him through the business. Guys like the Blanchards, great tag team out in Northwest. And I'm sure Jason Sullivan helped out there, and Derek helped him out. But he is entertainment, and he's made a couple movies as well. Mr. Allah is one of a kind. And I've been to some of the WWE shows when they come to town here, and he's always at the shows. We always see each other. And, he always remembers my kids, man. That's always a big thing for me. When guys and girls out there that I'm friends with, you're a big part of my family. When you remember my kids, it's a huge thing. And that's where I'll get Paul Heyman big credit in the business, man. This guy's got to see thousands of people all year long. And when we see Paul Heyman, this guy remembers me and my son so much that he's got a picture with my son. And he's got my son in a headlock. That's how much trust we had between each other. Knowing that, like, oh, I can put your kid in a headlock. You ain't going to be like, what are you doing? You know, I'm like, yes, dude, that's awesome. But, yeah, man. I just went off the rails on that one. But, yeah, no, Mr. Raw is a great guy. He is a Steamboat fan. We had a debacle online where he thought we were trolling. And we didn't go any further with it because we didn't want to get into an argument and have something silly happen. But he is a Steamboat fan. I'm not sure on a Luger part. I'm not sure on that. But, yeah, let's see if we can bring him on in the next month or so and have a Steamboat debate. Definitely.
Great idea. Get old Mister on.
I don't know. What do you think about Honky Tonk Man?
What?
What do you think about Honky Tonk Man?
So I don't know what the fuck I just watched. I watched something. And there was a part where they're going through all of Honky Tonk Man's shit, like how he was came in as a face at first, and then they're like, "This is not gonna work. You can't be a fucking face being this guy." But then they showed him with Billy Gunn, and he's like, who the fuck was it? And there's like someone came up to him and said, a rockabilly thing to him.
Yeah, he was in a rockabilly. Billy Gunn was.
Was that on AEW? Someone did that. Someone said rockabilly, and I don't know. Everything's a blur right now. So
no, and it's since Double or Nothing. Well, let's put it this way: when Double or Nothing hit, we did our show for that. Like I said, Rusty moved here. We just got a big business opportunity, so we've been busy, and so yeah, we got some catching up this weekend for sure to do. Got some homework. I got to catch up on AEW because I feel bad because the show was an all right show, so I want to follow it. And if it goes from an all right show into a shit show, that's a pattern that AEW keeps having, and it's going to be another 2 to 3 years before they can get solid ground. So let's hope they keep.
I think Dynamite tonight for some reason, or it was last night. I'm not sure. Tomorrow, I guess, since I'll be out tonight, cruising the shit, man. Going to the show here, doing.
No, yeah, let us know about that. Oh, and that's another thing is what I want to do on the show for anybody listening out there and anybody who knows anybody in the business, and we're speaking the wrestling business. Send us some flyers. Send us advertisements for your show. We'll put you on the show and get you guys over out there to expand your promotions. Not anything for WWE, AEW, or any of those guys out there, but for local promotions, send us your stuff. We'll put you over, and maybe you'll get more people to your guys' show and get some of those guys looked at a little bit more that need to be looked at and pushed up further up the ladder in the business and be proud of them. So, send us your guys' info when you guys got shows going on. I'll put it this way. If you guys have been any negative media attention, don't even fucking try it. We'll just tell you to fuck off. So that's that. But, you guys got a good solid promotion out there and you need some more eyeballs and some more people. I got other ways to put it over in some other places. So send it over to our show and we'll put you guys over for sure.
So these people, what were you just saying about the negative publicity with them?
Well, there's promotions out there over the last, 40 years have had scumbags in it. I know you've dealt with that. I know a couple people that are rumored to have had some shit happen. And I've heard a lot of nasty things, and that kind of goes into a topic of Snake, Sam Houston, and Ricky Robin. And, there's a lot of nasty things. I think you had one where someone would drop some money and watch them bend over to pick it up. I think you had that shit going on in your world on your side there. And that's, to sit there and say that's actually the least of some of the things that go on in the business. It's been dark. I mean, from anywhere of you're working for a promoter that makes you turn tricks as well, and or takes half your fucking money when you're or more when you're in the business. And you know, you're the one out there breaking your body, putting the bumps and everything, putting that mileage on the engine, and someone out there is either inappropriately touching you and taking your money. That's not how the business should be. It's not at all. And anyone, any promoter, any pro wrestler, any colleagues out there, and we know some now. I'm not going to go into those because I'm still waiting for them to go and either be found guilty or not guilty. And once that happens, then I'll just, you know, torture you to death. But yeah, there are promotions out there. We've heard legendary stories about legends out there. I know Moolah's always been one that's been a big one, talking about how she treated the girls and how things happen. And a good way of looking at things is when that kind of stuff happens, they got to change names of events. I think what was Fabulous Moolah the original name for that girl or women's tournament?
For the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah, now it's Mae Young Classic.
Once they got people, as soon as they called the, you know, Fabulous Moolah Classic or whatever, people were like, no, and then all that shit about her got exposed again. I mean, people already knew about. Well, I mean, the people who were complaining about it knew about it, and some other people did. But I mean, she really got put on blast. Mildred Burke, her husband, she was like one of the before Moolah and shit. Like, dude, she got fucking pimped out by her husband. He was like fucking pimping out all these other fucking women wrestlers and training them, and fucking, I mean, it's like very oldest time, man. It's probably changing, but maybe it's more subtle now. I assume it's still going on.
Oh, for sure. I think it's done in different ways, and a lot of it's now done online. I think now it's more changed to online exposing or asking for inappropriate shit. And I'll just run this little advertised commercial of myself here for all those parents out there. Please keep an eye on your children's devices at all time and what goes on. There's a thing I use out there called M Guardian. Good shit, by the way. You want to check them out. They're easy to find. M Guardian app. You can find it in the Play Store. Download it. Check it out. It's only a few bucks a month and keeps your kids safe, and you can locate them. But anyway, yeah, man, I think now, and that's the more fucked up side, is more of it goes on online now. But I also think now there's more of a chance for people to fucking also lie about the shit online and make stories up because of haters out there who don't want you to get over. And I'm not saying the few guys that we've talked about prior that have been in the business aren't guilty of what they've been doing, but how many accusations, not just in wrestling, in the sports world, in the political world, but just in the world alone, are bullshit accusations. And then how many things are going on where somebody doesn't have the strength or the support of others to actually say something of something that's really going on. So it's a really unbalanced world out there with that kind of crap, whether it's online, I don't know, just invasion of privacy, anything like that. You know, I know there's wrestlers out there that have done some colorful pictures for their significant others in the business, and they've leaked online and stuff like that. Paige was one of them back in a few years ago. And yeah, things like that, you know, that's another way of exposing things, and that's another way of, you know, not attacking anyone, not, you know, forcing anything. But once people see that who shouldn't be seeing that, that's a whole different world we're in. So online and wrestling and things in general, we've got to get a good grip on it. And if we don't, I think there'll be things that are just as harmful as rape out there, molestation that is being done online. I'm sure it is being done online, and I'm sure it is harmful, but we're getting into a darker world. And I don't care if you're a president. I don't care if you're little Joe Blow. We all have ways of doing evil shit. Everyone can be evil and everyone can be good. We all have it inside of us. It's all what you do. And like we've talked, we've all done crazy shit. Me and you have done crazy shit. You just learn from it. That's the best we can do. But yeah, man, I would love to make a show talking and I like to try to keep wrestling in a positive light, but also I like to keep people informed. So, I think we should make a show and maybe bring some guests on that have had, sad to say, some negative wrestling or some negative experiences in the wrestling business, and talk about those people who have done that, and keep people aware, of what to see out there, maybe what signs in a promoter that could be bad that newbies don't see. Where they feel like easily to take advantage. There may be just some signs of that legends or some seasoned veterans that have been around wrestling abuse, molestation in the back, or touching can share with others in the business. Watch out for it.
Your spot on the show is not as important as your spot in between your legs. And also, if someone ever sends you nude pictures or videos, no matter how fucking pissed off you are at that person, don't fucking send those out. Like, that's fucking sweet thing that someone did for you. You can go and stab them for all I fucking care. But, that's something like way cool. Like, dude, here's my fucking pussy. And look at this. Check out my pussy. But then it's like you put that shit up on the internet. Fuck you, man. That is a huge. I don't know why that's such a big thing. Like, I would feel like a complete shitbag if I did that to someone. Like, I have received, naked video pictures from women, and
I had the wig on and lipstick in that one.
what's that?
We don't need to talk about the pictures I send you when I'm in a wig and lipstick, man. We've got to keep those on the DL.
I'm not gonna put those up on the internet. I'll stab you before I put those up on. Man.
My early 20s, I'm sure I'm on the internet somewhere. So I used to be at a bar in downtown Portland, so I got no shame, nothing to hide, and I just let it ride. So yeah, man. So Snake, Houston, and Rockin' Robin. Jesus, there's too many rock. Yeah, and dude, I knew nothing about Grizzly. I knew nothing. Never heard of him a couple times, but I'm guessing because of the negative rumors going around, people have buried the guy, put him to the side, and all that shit. It was just, I needed about fucking 14 showers after watching the show.
Yeah, dude, that's
USD fucking tests.
What?
And a few STD tests, dude. I need a scrub. Like, when you watch those fucking zombie movies and they're like, it's the only dude left in the fucking world, and he's made his own lab, and he's sitting there trying to flesh, and all of a sudden it like disintegrates and starts smoking. He's got to run out the lab, and he's got to pull off his fucking suit, and he's all naked, and he's got to spray himself off so he's not infected by the disease. That's how I felt after fucking watching the show.
Like, I couldn't believe some of the shit, and like, he's fucking little kids, he's fucking his own kids, and I mean, that's just like what he got caught for. What else did he do?
Yeah, for me, I guess I won't be spending too much time on this topic. It's hard. It's
Yeah, I mean, you have kids and shit, so I mean, like, that's a little different.
It's that, and this guy had a world that a lot of us, and I'm not talking about his nasty side, but the wrestling world that we've all wanted to get into. When we're kids, we all dream of being wrestlers and fucking, hey, we'll run our own business like Vince or Vince Sr., whatever, or whoever you grew up with, Crockett's, Jarrett's. We all wanted to be the king of shit. Or Dusty, you can sit there and facilitate and puppeteer everything. But when you do shit like that, and it's not just because it's wrestling, you could have fucking made the story about anything else, man, and put those kids in any of the story. It's so fucked. And it was just, I'm glad it's out there. And, with it, I guess Jake the Snake, Sam Houston, and Rockin' Robin are uniting together, seeing each other hanging out. I guess they haven't in years. So, but yeah, man, that got me teared up. It's that shit. Anyone going through it, reach out to a hotline, call somebody, definitely. Let's get into a brighter topic. Someone showed up at a show over the last week and a half, I think it was. He's a friend of mine. We do some business with him. His name is
another guy.
Well, we'll get into Rusty soon too. What about Matt Cardona? He got some fucking heat where I thought everyone in the audience was going to go New Jack on his ass. Like they were fucking pissed. It wasn't like boo, maybe try to throw some Hulk Hogan soda can in the ring kind of shit. No, these are fucking fans that were fucking pissed. And let's just go over it. So Nick Gage is in the ring. I believe he had a match with somebody. This guy shows up in a Druid outfit. And if anyone knows John Moxley, a.k.a. Dean Ambrose, when he gets in the ring or he does a move, he has this like little swagger walk backwards, kind of a dance jig thing. I don't know what you want to call it, right? So this Druid comes in, fucking starts doing this little jig like Moxley, drops that double arm paradigm shift DDT shit, whatever he does, and drops him. And everyone thinks it's Moxley showing up for Nick Gage again, because Moxley showed up like a month ago on a Nick Gage thing when Nick Gage had the documentary come out because we have to put some shit over like that. Well, the hood comes off of the Druid, and it's Matt Cardona. And fuck, you might as well lit the guy on fire. He had so much heat. That crowd was fucking livid, man. It was great. If anyone hasn't seen it, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube, Daily Motion somewhere. Check out Matt Cardona, Nick Gage. It's 45 seconds or so. Good shit. Such good heat. Haven't heard that kind of booing and fuck you, motherfucker, since ECW days. It was good shit.
Someone's doing something right, man. So,
yeah, Matt Cardona.
Yeah. Kudos to him for fucking doing that just as the way he did. I mean, no one's getting heat like that. There was no "this is awesome" chant after that or shit of that nature, man. They were ready to fucking go out and kill him. So awesome job.
Yeah, and the look on his face while he was getting the heat. It was the look of, oh yeah, this is great, and oh fuck, this is a lot of heat. Like maybe it kind of looked like he was expecting the heat, but maybe not that intense of heat. It was pretty insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fucking crazy seeing that. And yeah, you should check him out. Him and Brian Myers and Dylan. Dylan's aka Hornswoggle. They've been working with PBR doing some commercials. Check out their IG. They're all over that thing. You can check them out at their own, or you can check them out on the Major Figure Wrestling podcast. All that good stuff. But yeah, got a lot of heat, and I hope I keep seeing that on shows. Speaking of shows and promotions, WWE selling? What do you think?
I mean, that's what I said. What was it, 3-4 weeks ago on this podcast? I thought that it looked like it was going that way with all these people. Like, I don't know, man. They already sold their shit to fucking Peacock. I mean, I don't know who owns Peacock. I mean, I know NBC does. Who owns NBC? Whoever that is, I'm sure they could buy out Vince McMahon, especially now. I'm sure that at least, I mean, so did they buy their library? Do they own the library of the network?
I don't think they own the library. They bought the rights to use the library for like the next 5 years, maybe the next 2 years.
All right.
Then they can sell it to somebody else, but it means like here's what I can see with all this PC culture crap going on. And it finally, I like to say it's dwindling down, going back to, say what you want to say, just don't act upon it kind of a deal, Everyone's got the right to their own fucking opinion. You just don't have the right to your own facts. So that's a little line from someone. So Pence. Anyway, so yeah, WWE selling. I've heard it too many fucking times. And for me, Vince McMahon selling WWE would be like him losing in the end. He wants to die with this thing at top notch and him go out as king. He's always been that way. I don't see Vince selling it just because he would have had to do that against WCW if he lost the war. Maybe, maybe not, because it was his own thing, but it wouldn't have been as strong if WCW won. But I just don't see it happening. I think what he's doing is just he's got so much going on, and each little area of his, company is inflated as big as what it was to, in the 90s. So he's got to sell portions of it because he just can't manage it. And, the library, that was a good startup. He talked about that damn thing like 30 years ago. How the hell he figured it out and got it over now? Dude, the guy could see the future. The guy could totally see the future. So, I don't know. I mean, he's old. I mean, really, what is he going to do with it for the next 10 years if he still keeps going? How old is Vince now? 70? 72?
75. Or 72.
All right. So it's Vince McMahon. So he's got some juice in him somewhere that's going to keep him going for another... What?
Steroids. Is that the juice you're talking about?
That is Rusty's comment. Yeah, you can find him on this show and chit chat with him on steroids. I will give no opinion on those. Yeah, he's obviously done roids. They all did back in those days. Now, does he still do it? I think if he still did it, he's closer to a heart attack.
It might not be steroids, but it's something that's making him like maybe just a shitload of testosterone.
Dude, he's one of the witches. He's one of the witches from Hocus Pocus, and he gets new talent in, and he just goes behind him and goes and sucks the fucking life out of them, and then releases them. It seems to be a topic this week as well.
So he's an adrenochrome junkie.
Him and Bruce and Laurinaitis just gets behind the talent like all the three witches from Hocus Pocus, and they just got done with Braun Strowman. It just took all three of them to suck the fucking life out of him. Rumor is though Tommy End, aka Aleister Black, is possibly going back to WWE already.
But why is that?
Because everyone gave shit to Vince about how big of a mistake that was.
Well,
but WWE selling, I think I'll see Impact sell before WWE. And with selling, there was also a rumor a couple months ago that Billy Corgan was offering to sell NWA to Vince McMahon. Did you know that one?
Selling NWA is what? Everything that he owns of it, like, or is he
every part of it, selling it over to Vince, and I guess Vince didn't even fucking say a word. And don't quote me on this because it's just recent news I found out on this, so I will research it a little bit more. But I know there's some talk between Billy Corgan and Vince McMahon, rumored, like I said, who they might not have, but yeah, that might be something. But there was also the New Japan and WWE working together, but I guess that's gone out the window now as well.
Really?
Yes. So now that leaves the question: where does Daniel Bryan land?
Fucking.
And he's not released. And we talked last week about all those guys that got released and gals that we didn't even know. And what are some releases back in the day? Maybe Attitude Era, maybe the Colorful Garbage Man, Goon, fucking Mentor. What was it? Mantor?
Mantar?
Mantar. There we go. With Jimmy or with Corny. Even back to the 80s, Now, 80s was harder to kind of follow because we didn't have the dirt sheets and the online inside, all that kind of crap when it came to releases. We all hear stories like, one guy gets fired, goes out to his fucking car, grabs a gun, comes back in. Shit like that. But those are all rumors and they're all stories and stuff. And I like to try to go off facts most of the time because you always have little shit bags come back and like, that's not an actual fact. Actually, he was released in this time for this amount of money because of this problem. Well, shut the fuck up out there. We're just going to go over what we feel like was too soon. And what we thought maybe the story was. What we thought the story was. Okay, people? So, if I think back, you ever remember, this guy gets bring up on the podcast and other times on other shows, and I always wonder, remember Lismark Jr.?
I do.
That guy, man, I thought he was totally some other wrestler that we were watching on there, but now I guess he's a computer engineer, I think it is. Something like that. But that guy was tremendous in the ring. He wasn't released. I don't believe he just quit. But yeah, I'm trying to think back now. Wrestlers released too soon. I know ECW liked to grab a lot of the guys who would get released too soon. Where was Regal when he did his thing on the plane? Was he with WWE?
I believe so.
Because was it him that peed on the stewardess?
I don't think so.
There was a wrestler out there that pissed on a stewardess on a plane.
Flair.
And fired. Was it Flair? I thought Flair did the naked robe thing.
The naked robe hits on the stewardess. I do remember that.
I do a show just on Ric Flair and the fucking crazy stories of Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Just get all the craziness from like haters and lovers and just fans out there, dude, and just put all their stories together on one show and kind of just compare notes and see what really, really comes out of these facts, man. Because he's got some good party times where he's broke out the baby arm, as they say. So yeah, no, man. I wouldn't say release, but definitely Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, letting those guys go, and especially to the demographic they were reaching out to in WWE, I think that was a big mistake by Vince. Because Bret Hart going over to WCW, and it's not because I'm a Bret Hart hater. It's just he had run his time from, he goes all the way back to the Blue and Black with Anvil, with Mouth of the South. He goes all the way back to that time, and he'd run the gauntlet, and he was solid, and he was a top guy. Definitely he has memorable legend matches. But finally, letting them go over to WCW is kind of like letting Hogan go after a while. He had run his course. And I just think letting Nash and Hall back in the day jump WCW was just a huge mistake. Like I said, it wasn't a release, but it was a loss. Like guys that just took off, and yeah, it's not like how it's built today when guys leave companies now, whether they go over to AEW or back in the day go to WCW, they have all these other promotions they can go to and get over, and they might put a price tag on their head like Braun Strowman has. Have you heard the price tag for Braun Strowman indie shows? $20,000.
Good on him, man.
What fucking indie promotion's got $20,000 for a guy right now?
Dude, you know what? There's some fucking huge money marks out there that'll pay $20,000 to have Braun Strowman on the show.
Shaved his beard off, by the way. Not all the way, but it's short now. A little bit longer than yours.
Dude, you know what? If some company pays $20,000, they're going to get a fuck ton of exposure. So it might not be a terrible idea, man, to spend $20,000 to bring Braun Strowman in. They're going to be like, oh my God, it's a company, and it's going to be like some company in Alabama or some shit, you know?
You think so? Nothing up north?
What?
Nothing up north?
Nothing.
Like New York, is he nothing there?
I don't know. I don't know.
See, Ron's like a big show. I'm not trying to shit on the guy, but he's not very universal. And I'm not a small guy at all. I'm a Vince guy, so I like the Giants in the ring, but he walks like he's got to take a shit half the time because he's so jacked up. So he can't move. And I've seen him in the ring. He's had that incident with Brock Lesnar where he just gets too into it. He's going way too fast for his size. He shouldn't be fucking running around the ring going choo-choo. $20,000? No. $10,000? No. I'm sorry. That's bullshit. You're not CM Punk, you're not Randy Orton, you're not John Cena. Fuck, Triple H gets that. That's $25,000 for Triple H at a show. I get it. And I'm not saying because I'm not a Triple H guy. I'm just saying because who the guy fucking is in the business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I guess Ric Flair. Ric Flair leaving WCW back in the day to go over to WWE for what, a year or two? And won that Royal Rumble and shit.
In 91?
Yes, yeah. Like, that was, I don't know, I feel that was good on Flair's part because it got him more exposure. I really didn't know Ric Flair at the time, and when Ric Flair came into WWF at the time, I'm a dick. He looked like an old man, so I just wasn't fucking interested. And I brought this up with Hulk Hogan the other week in his cul-de-sac. I don't like watching old dudes wrestle, and except for Terry Funk, because he fucking kicks ass at any age. Man, it's just, and not to shit on any of these guys, but like Rock and Roll Express, like the Express isn't an Express anymore. I'm not trying to be. They're great guys. We've done a movie with one of them. It's not an Express anymore. It's not a locomotive. It's just, I don't know. Like, it's like that child's train that everyone rides at the zoo on. That's what we're looking at now. So, this is where I give Chris Jericho credit, man. He evolves.
Yeah.
You know, I was really pissed off because I can sit there and talk shit about a guy's physique and not doing shit, but let's look at Chris Jericho when everyone gave him shit about his physique not too long ago. Look what the guy does. He helps run a promotion. He wrestles actively in the promotion. He probably comes up with a lot of storylines, has sitting meetings. He's got a rock and roll band. He's constantly trying to fucking think of something new that no one else is doing. It's not like the guy was just sitting there and backstage just getting fat. And he wasn't really fat. He's just hadn't hit the gym and pulled his shit together recently. So,
but he was still doing yoga. He's still core, man. Like, and it was his fucking gimmick too. He was playing the the kind of old timer fucking rocker, washed up. Like, he looked the part.
Yeah, no, I don't know. That's Ric Flair. And then there's the ones I wouldn't call releases, I call it losses. So when we had the jumps of the guys jumping from WWE to WCW, like Rude did it in 2 in 1 night, kind of a deal. I looked at those as losses for the company and gains for their careers. Like Ric Flair got, like I said, more exposure by coming over to WWF. I got to know who he was, got to understand who he was. Still didn't like him at the time. Like I said, he was an outsider to me. And, but yeah, that was one of the more impactful ones for me when I was a kid. Like I said, I didn't know who Flair was. Everyone, I guess, knew it was kind of like Dusty Rhodes. I only knew Dusty as the polka dot guy.
Yeah, me too.
I never knew him as this other fucking guy. And like, I got to see Steve Corino, ECW against Dusty Rhodes. I love that match. I think it's a cowbell match. It's an ECW, Dusty Rhodes versus Steve Corino. It's on one of the pay-per-views. Fucking awesome match. Love every minute of it. And but yeah, I only knew Dusty as the polka dot guy. And it's funny because there's a few guys like that. I mean, I guess Steamboat's one of them because I knew him as the fire-breathing dragon guy. And in other promotions, he was more of like the Bruce Lee-looking motherfucker. Like they were trying to portray him more as that. But yeah, so Ric Flair for me, and I guess just the jumps back in the Attitude Era, back and forth really stand out because the surprises on the show that we don't have anymore. I'm really tired of like having no shock, like all of a sudden, and yes, because I'm a mark, the Beast Brock Lesnar's music doesn't go off. But when it does, I get all hyped up, man.
Yeah.
For those prizes. So any of them stand out back in the day as a shock to you going from one show to another, a loss, or just a firing out of nowhere?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a good question. There's no one that like is jumping out right now at the moment. I don't know,
Buff the stuff. Well, he was over in WWE for 5 minutes. And that pretty much ended his career after that.
well, yeah, but I don't know. I wasn't really a big Buff guy.
Oh, hell no. Hell
So-
no.
I mean, that kind of something.
So, yeah, not too many back then. Oh, one thing I wanted to get into. So, there's this thing on AEW. And speaking of surprises, did you know that being on TNT or what Turner Promotions or whatever it still is, they're not allowed to have a surprise on the show. They have to clear it with the network first because they would like to advertise it so they get more ratings. So then it wouldn't be a surprise. So the reason why they did Mark Henry at Double or Nothing is because it wasn't on the network. So then they could do a surprise. So all surprises, I think, now will come at pay-per-views for AEW. Because So say if you have Braun Strowman coming, he's going to show up on Friday Night Dynamite. They have to advertise it. It can't be a surprise. They're like, Braun Strowman's coming in 2 weeks. It's like, oh, fuck, okay, well, that's not as cool as in 2 weeks when we're just randomly watching the show. All of a sudden, fucking Braun Strowman comes out.
Yeah.
The value of it is a lot bigger than fucking in 2 weeks from now, Braun Strowman shows up to AEW. And it's just like, well, fuck, then I know in that 2 hour time slot, we're going to see this big motherfucker come out and destroy, like, Lance Archer or fucking Miro. Like, that's what I see happening.
Yeah.
Here's the other rumor, though. If Aleister Black doesn't go back to WWE, Aleister Black, Braun Strowman go over and take over the Dark Order, which would be cool for Braun Strowman because of Brody Lee.
Yeah. With that, it'd be a good grab. But I mean, yeah, it's just more of them picking up all of the guys that didn't work with WWE, but that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all, though. I don't find any problem with it. People got to work somewhere, and if they're either way, they're getting good exposure. So whatever.
And that's the issue. Like it's not a devil's advocate thing for me, but it does stop the newer guys who have been in that company really busting their ass. It kind of puts a hold on their shit. Even if they want to try to get over harder, maybe Mark Henry came in, maybe Braun Strowman comes in, Matt Hardy, and they take that spot away that they were working with already, getting over, and like they just have no say-so because some fucking superstar from the WWE just came in.
But I think those guys a good rub, though. And I think that's maybe just as valuable, like with Matt Hardy taking on Private Party and kind of giving right, but you're pissed at them because you don't like them. So I mean, I think they're doing something. And I wasn't a big fan of them when they came out, but now I think this is a better gimmick for them.
You know who does it better than Matt Hardy, right? On that show, a friend of mine, another friend, Mark Sterling, manager of Jade Cargill, by the way. But a friend of mine, Mark Sterling, he is the manager of Jade Cargill, and they're doing it 10 times better than Matt Hardy. And he's gonna let Matt Hardy know that over the next few weeks on AEW. So stay tuned for that shit.
Oh, good.
Good. Might already happen. Like I said, I got to catch up on some stuff. So tonight, like I said, I like to put my wife through lots of wrestling UFC trauma here. So she likes the UFC because it's at random. My wife is a Mick Foley fan, so the wrestling of that. I'm not saying the hardcore style, just his entertainment style. We don't have that anymore. So she's not too impressed these days with pro wrestling. I turn it on and we'll get about 2 segments into it. And she's like, I just can't watch this shit anymore. She's like, it's just getting so bad. And she's an Andre fan too, you know. So any of the freak guys she loves. But yeah, watch out for that. But yeah, fresh storylines need to start happening and more surprises. It's just so fucking stale. There's nothing to look forward to. I don't feel that kid in me anymore. Oh, by the way, it's like quitting smoking. Yeah. I haven't read a dirt sheet now in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Every morning. Just because I can't help myself, even though I shit on them. And I think that's forever. Everyone shits on dirt sheets, but we all read them anyway. So that's the truth. Those big time guys in the business are like, I'm a wrestler now, and I'm at the top, and I don't need to read that shit. Yeah, you do, because you want to know what people are fucking saying about you. You want to know what you're doing wrong. I call it a tool. And some people shit on dirt sheets, but you know what? They're a tool. So.
Yeah. Hey, do you want another surprise? I gotta go, because I gotta cut this kind of short, and we can. I know there's still stuff that we have to talk about, but I gotta get moving. I got a shitload of stuff sort of happening right now, and
well, that's cool because I also gotta get going because I got lots to pack today. I got I got 500 images in me that I have to, not in me, on me, that I have to stamp on orders this weekend. So like I said, it's a sports combative weekend for me. Order time. Rusty's running and gunning running and biking. I won't say gunning because the whole political fucking world going in uproar. Through Utah this weekend. You're checking out a wrestling show tonight?
Yeah, I'm hitting Devotion Championship Wrestling.
Huh.
Yep, out of Salt Lake City, Utah. So I'm hitting that up. They're doing a television taping tonight. So I'm gonna get there when I get there. I need to walk to get my car first. So I can hopefully do that. I think my car should be done now. And that's like a half-hour walk. I had to walk half an hour, man. Fuck. I am not ready to do anything being in shape. But maybe it's the altitude. I need to get accustomed to that. Plus, I'm really out of shape, so that's gonna do something. But I'm gonna have to get going. So, and I know you got to fucking do a shitload and back to our never-ending work, and we'll hopefully record Tuesday.
Yeah, no, we'll be back Tuesday. We'll record Tuesday. Rob will be back with us, and hopefully we'll start working on Mr. Allah coming on the show. I will also catch up on tons and tons of great shit this weekend, or not so great shit this weekend on wrestling, UFC, and all other stupid boxing events. So with that, he is running and gunning Rusty through Utah. I am the one and only G. We'll be back Tuesday with another show, trying to find those fucking fans for Steamboat and Luger. So with that, be good to each other. We all love you. And with that, Rusty's about to cut off the show with one last thing.
Dude, I was waiting for you to say be good to each other. Everyone do good shit for each other. We talk a lot of shit, but that's got to be at the end. I do like that a lot. So we'll fucking catch you later. Be an asshole when you're listening to the show, but when you're not listening to the show, be fucking cool to people. All right.
Love y'all.